The crime, writing graffiti. The evidence, it was in Chinese. The suspect, me, because I speak Japanese. The first thing you need to know is I didn't write the graffiti. The second thing you need to know is my boss and Sam were very sure that I did. I was in the dairy aisle, minding my business, when the manager, Neil, stormed up with Sam from checkout trailing behind, a phone gripped tightly in his hand like it was a search warrant. Sam's face was tight, simmering somewhere between wounded and victorious. "Mark, we need to talk." Neil was trying to keep his voice low, but failing. That supermarket had the acoustics of a church hall. Anyone within 5 aisles would be able to hear this conversation. "Mark," he repeated, "you're a very hard man to find." That was it. I lost it. I bent over, gasping for air. The absolute perfection of those words. Neil blinked at me, confused. "Mark, this is really serious. It's not a laughing matter." I wheezed. "Sorry, boss, but you said very hard man." His expression did not change. He was a man who had never made a joke in his life and was not about to start now. "We found something in the staff toilets," he continued. "Something offensive." He shoved his phone in my face. The screen showed a dimly lit photo of graffiti scrawled in black marker across a stall door. I squinted. The characters were Chinese, traditional Chinese. Below it, Google Lens had attempted a translation. "Sam is a..." I'll stop there. It wasn't kind. "Did you write this?" Neil asked. I blinked. "Sorry, what?" "Don't play dumb," Sam snapped. "It's in Chinese." I looked from the graffiti to Neil, to Sam, and then back to Neil. "Yeah, and?" Neil folded his arms. "You speak Japanese?" There it was. I stared at them both, waiting. There was a golden opportunity here for self-correction. It did not come. "Boss," I said carefully, "Japanese and Chinese are different languages." Nothing. Like, completely different. Still nothing. Not just different dialects, different alphabets, different grammar, completely different linguistic families. Sam made a small, impatient noise. "Well, yeah, but you know, they're kinda similar." I exhaled through my nose. The restraint it took not to burst out laughing was tremendous. "Just to clarify," I said, "you think I wrote something offensive in traditional Chinese because I speak Japanese?" Neil nodded, pleased I was finally catching on. I pinched the bridge of my nose. "Boss, that's actually quite racist." Sam bristled. "Oh, come on." "No, really. You just assumed all Asian languages are interchangeable and that I must be the culprit because of it." Silence. I sighed. Now, if this was written in hiragana or katakana, maybe, but that's traditional Chinese. I don't read or write Chinese. Neil and Sam exchanged a glance. They were recalibrating. For a moment, I thought maybe, just maybe, this was going to be over. Then Neil frowned, deep in thought. But you recognize that's traditional Chinese." My head tilted slightly, like a dog hearing an unfamiliar sound. Yes? Neil's eyes widened slightly, like I'd just confessed. So you do understand Chinese? I could only stare. Neil pressed forward. I mean, Mark, look at it from our perspective. You recognized it as traditional Chinese immediately. You speak Japanese, and... He hesitated, knowing this next part was dangerous territory, but ploughing ahead anyway. You know, you are... Don't. He stopped. Don't do it, boss. Neil shuffled his feet. He had very much wanted to say, Asian. Sam, seeing a gap in the logic, jumped in. Okay, fine. Maybe you didn't write it. But do you know who did? I sighed, rubbing my temples. Look, boss, I'm not a private investigator or anything like that. But maybe, just maybe, it was someone who knows Chinese. Sam frowned, opening Google Lens again, scrolling. Well, we checked the translation. It could have been anyone, really. I peered at his screen. Sam, the first thing it says is Chinese detected. You saw that bit, right? Silence. Boss, you do know I speak Japanese. You make the same tentacle hentai joke every shift. Neil blinked. He had never once considered this might be hypocritical. There was a long pause. Then a thought. A terrible, wonderful thought. I gasped. Loudly. I clutched my chest like a man struck by divine revelation. Wait! Sam and Neil flinched. I think I know who did it. Their eyes widened. Who? I leant in, lowering my voice. Serious now. The informant with the crucial tip-off. Paul. Paul? I nodded, grave. I heard him in the break room talking about visiting the Forbidden City. Silence. Then Neil and Sam walked off, muttering. As I grabbed a mop and made my way to the back room, I overheard them in the distance. Paul, we need to talk to you about something. A pause. The soft clatter of chopsticks against the takeaway box. Did you write the graffiti? Silence. Then Paul, flat, unimpressed, echoing my own exasperation just minutes earlier. What? Neil pressed forward. It's in Chinese. Another moment of silence. Then Paul's voice, dry and tired. I don't even speak Chinese. Silence. Then, the final blow. Paul's voice, carrying across the break room, just loud enough for me to hear. Boss, that's actually really racist. I kept walking. Maybe it was never about me. Maybe it was never about logic. Maybe my boss was the kind of man who'd misplace his wallet and put the entire store on lockdown to catch the thief. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, feel free to share it with someone who might like it too. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more content like this. Check out my other videos if you've got a few minutes to spare.